Hey, this is Pete Madsen, and I'm here to teach you the song Vestapol. This is an interesting song because it actually, the history of it goes way back to the mid-19th century and the battles of Sevastopol, which was a Crimean War battle. And it became popular as a parlor tune, but then got used by a lot of blues players, most notably Elizabeth Cotten has a version of Vestapol that still sounds fresh and great today, even though it's on, you get to watch it on video. She doesn't sound great today because she's not alive anymore. But you can check out YouTube clips on hear her playing it upside down and backwards. But today, I want to teach you the song right side up and forwards. Okay, so Sevastopol, it's in open D tuning, and D, A, D, F sharp, A, D. And essentially is it's like a 20 bar verse, 20 bar section, and then there's two 20 bar sections. You've got three chords. You got the D chord, which is really represented by you got a G chord, and later on, and an A chord. So let me take you through that first verse, and then I'll show you the beginning of the second verse. After that, the stuff stays the same. So if I show you that much of the song, you'll have the whole thing. So we're going to start off with sliding between the second and the fourth fret. And we're using an alternating bass. Everything's on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Slide. 3, 4, slide. Slide. Okay, right there it gets a little busier. I slide, then I play an open string, and then I play bass note, open second string, hammer on, and then I slide again. So that's the first 4 bars. Let me play that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in the next 4 bars, we kind of repeat that slide hammer-on phrase 3 times. Okay, so that's the first 8 bars of verse of Vestapol. In the next section, we're going to walk in to a G chord here. So what I do here is walk up, 5th string first, open, then 1st fret, then with my middle finger I'm going to land on this B note on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and then my 1st finger goes to the 3rd string 1st fret, and my 3rd finger goes to the 2nd string 2nd fret. And now I'm going to play bass note and grab the 3rd and 2nd string, and then 4th string bass note. That's the phrase that I'm going to repeat it. I'm going to play it 4 times. Okay, so again, walking into it. Then we go back to our D chord. Slide again, but be careful here because the slide is coming in between the bass notes. If I play just that measure, 1, 2, and 3, as you slide up, you're hitting that lower bass note. Before the slide, we were pinching on the beat, and then the slide happened in between the bass note. But this slide lands with the bass note. then we come back to our G chord. This time, instead of going, I'm just going to put the middle finger on the 5th string 2nd fret, and my ring finger is going to hammer on onto the 2nd string 2nd fret. Do that 4 times. Back to our D. Then we're at our A chord. For the A chord, I'm going to put my middle finger on the 4th string 2nd fret, index finger on the 3rd string 1st fret, ring finger on the 2nd string 2nd fret, and pinky on the 1st string 2nd fret. And I'm going to play through this. You notice I lift the pinky off. It's like the 3rd beat into the 2nd bar of this. And then finally back to the D. And that's the first verse. So let me play that all slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the first verse of Vestapol. And if you're wondering what I'm doing on the right hand, I'm using the thumb to play the low strings, both the 6th, the 5th, and the 4th strings. And then I'll use the index finger to play the 3rd string, the middle finger to play the 2nd string, and the ring finger to play the 1st string. A lot of players in this style, blues-oriented, pre-war blues kind of players, tend to only use 1 or 2 fingers in their finger picking plus the thumb. I was taught to use 3 fingers. Do what feels comfortable for you. As long as you keep the bass going, I think you'll be on solid ground. Okay, so the second verse, it's just the first 8 bars that change. It's played up here between the 7th and the 9th fret. Let me play this for you, then I'll break it down. Go to the regular G chord and so on there. Okay, so I'm using my first finger on the 7th fret of the 1st string, ring finger up to the 9th fret on that 1st string, and I'm going to do a pull off there. And then I'm also going to plant my middle finger on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. So we might want to do this without the bass for right now, just to get used to the phrase, the lick. It's pull off, and then bend, then open 1st string. So I'm going to take my 1st finger off. And essentially, you're just playing that lick 3 times. And come back and you'll play that lick 2 more times. Play the same lick, but we're going to pinch every note, so it all falls on the beat. Okay, so let me play that verse starting with that section and then play on through into the rest of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. that's Vestapol. You can repeat those verses. Remember the first verse. Second verse. Good luck and have fun with Vestapol.